Alright, welcome back as always guys, and before I cover my analysis and opinions for this week's Boruto episode, can we just take a moment for this scene again? Okay, so a lot of new things have happened in this week's episode since it's diverted from the movie and Urashiki Otsutsuki is involved now. To kick it off, I just want to say this episode was amazing. The animation was fantastic on some scenes, like taking a look at some of the impact frames when Naruto was catching Momoshiki's attack. It's great. The music was on point in conjunction with its scenes, as well as the added exposition we didn't see in the movie. It added way more context on what everyone is feeling. I guess this is where some of the budget went, in contrast to the last 2 weeks of episodes that had some animation errors here and there. We start off the episode with Momoshiki and Kinshiki appearing, and the first thing that catches my eye is Mitsuki's reaction to them. Mitsuki says impossible, as if he knows who they are and is aware of them. This brings up the idea that Orochimaru has knowledge of the Otsutsuki and may have passed on his knowledge to Mitsuki since he knows who Momoshiki and all the others are. Maybe his powers are linked with them in terms of genetics, and that's why his skin and traits are similar to them. Who knows? We don't know, but please remember I made a theory video regarding this on what Orochimaru's plan may be. Check that video out after this review. It's definitely an interesting theory that I kind of made up, but maybe he simply read the books and gains knowledge just like Sarada Uchiha did, it seems, because Sarada somehow knew about the Otsutsukis too, and Konohamaru did mention it to them in an earlier mission, so maybe it's knowledge from there. The next scene regarding the stadium blowing up was great too. Seeing all the other characters burst into action is always a buzz and great thing to see. Seeing them all work together and being veterans and only showing another side of them since they are mature now. They are in the footsteps of their sensei in Naruto. It's now their turn to be the shining examples to the village and the new generation of ninja. They're basically doing their jobs. They get paid to be ninja, right? As I said before in my previous videos, Shinki is the person that respects his father and obeys Gaara on what he says. I don't think he realizes that Boruto cheated yet. He's probably going to be mad when he finds out, but I think it's good character development overall. We now know how his character acts to authority and can attribute that to him. He isn't a bad guy at all. Shinki is just flawed, and it's great character development and how they are doing that. The anime essentially shows how everyone is playing their role and trying to save the people of the village, but meanwhile we have Denki over here. Denki, my man Denki. I'm just gonna play on my laptop. I'm gonna be useful, guys. I'm telling you where they are. It pretty much summed up like this, guys. We then cut to Sasuke being badass father that he is and protects Sarada and says, now that's one badass motherfucker. As I said always in my videos, Sasuke is in my top 5 characters in the anime and always has been. So seeing him change like this, as in being mature and having such growth to say he's gonna chop off my man's D, aka his horns, if he ever touched Sarada, means a lot. He's a new man that truly loves Sakura and Sarada. He genuinely wants to protect Konoha and the people around him. Mitsuki is again shown in this episode to use Sage Mode, and I for one was hyped and excited to see it. Mitsuki is my favorite character out of the new generation, and this episode has revealed quite a few things. Mitsuki states again in this episode that if he shows his Sage Mode to everyone and his true powers, it would mean he cannot stay in the village any longer. Now, why is that? Well, I think it's because it may be his Sage mode is enhanced or genetically modified to be perfect. It's even better than Kabuto's, as well as being more overpowered. The first time Mitsuki uses Sage mode transformation, for example, we see him use it against Orochimaru, and Orochimaru, his father, states himself, "I didn't even see him move," or something along those lines. And don't take this for granted, but Orochimaru is one of the Sannin and one of the most broken characters in the Naruto universe. If he is saying himself to Mitsuki that he is fast and has the potential to be more powerful than him, that means a hell of a lot. If this was for bad intentions, then this goes back to my theory video that you guys need to watch after this. It explains all of my thoughts, and I am going to post a Snake Sage mode video in the coming weeks explaining everything we need to know about this jutsu and how it came to be. Urashiki Otsutsuki stops Mitsuki's Sage mode, and he states himself that it's dangerous even for the likes of them, which means, is Mitsuki on their power level, or is this just because it's the first time they have seen natural energy being used like that? They usually, as Naruto said, are dope heads that use chakra pills, so maybe that's why it's even more dangerous that Urashiki used his jutsu on Mitsuki. The jutsu Urashiki used on Mitsuki seems to be an ability that steals and fishes for the abilities of the user it targets. Urashiki yanked the natural Sage chakra built up into Mitsuki, so maybe he can use it later, learn it, or enhance it for his own use. That's why Mitsuki's Sage mode went off and he fell to the ground, because it pierced his body and hit his heart or something along those lines. Urashiki seems to be able to copy jutsu, and this isn't far-fetched at all, since the anime did also show to us that he has the rinne sharingan with 6 tomo, similar to Sasuke Uchiha. The question that I am asking myself now is, did he permanently steal the Sage transformation from Mitsuki, and why does Mitsuki never use this transformation again in the manga in dire situations? Maybe he has to learn the technique again and master it, or is it simply he stole it for that moment and at that time and the chakra was just taken away? Because Urashiki did the same thing to Gaara, but Gaara uses his sand against him and Gaara still has his sand abilities, so I definitely think Urashiki just steals your abilities for himself so he can copy them. I mean, this also indicates to us that the Otsutsuki members don't collect natural energy or know its use, so the pills they eat must contain mixed chakra from the divine tree, and they're not as intelligent as they think they are. They are a very arrogant race, and that's why Gaara, Naruto and Sasuke can outsmart them in battle. Another question that has been answered with this episode is why Orochimaru does not want everyone to know Mitsuki has Sage mode, because it's simply broken and would make Mitsuki seem too powerful for his age and would lead up to the questions of his research and what is he doing. Orochimaru made a contract with Naruto which they agreed to that allowed Mitsuki to enter the village. Orochimaru has been researching for almost 12 to 15 years now, since the 4th war, so there must be so much knowledge that he's gained and he wants all of that to be hidden. We also have to remember that the Rinnegan is a dojutsu which has been shown to manifest different abilities in different people that possess it. Urashiki's one looks similar to Sasuke but is red instead of purple, so this obviously may mean he has the same abilities as Sasuke or something else that we haven't seen before. He uses the same dimension travel technique that both Sasuke and Kaguya and all the others use, and he gets the hell out of there. I'd say he's my favorite Otsutsuki member out of the 3. I definitely like his voice actor, it's the same as Zoro. Now let's talk about the final scene. I think at this point we can all agree that anime is better than the movie. The scenes they have added has been made everything so much more emotional and developed for all characters involved. I don't know any Naruto fan that would not get emotional at this scene. If you didn't, then you must be heartless, come on now, because it only exemplified Naruto's character and why he is the light of hope, the shining example, the best Hokage, the one everyone looks up to in the anime and acknowledges. We all know from our experience with Naruto that he is a person that wants to protect everyone. He sees the village as his family, and the scene depicted that. All the villagers see Naruto's sacrifice and what he's doing for them. Naruto realizes that he does not want to retaliate with another Biju bomb attack because it would destroy everyone around them as an impact. It only shows his caring nature even more and how he doesn't think only about himself. It reinforces the whole idea and grasp of Hokage and how Naruto fits that role. They even added Hinata, his wife, running towards him like, God damn, no, Naruto, who's gonna give me that D tonight? The way this whole scene was animated with the music, oh my god, it was just so brilliant. Naruto and Sasuke are veterans and just know what they have to do. It's just both of them being badass adults, and it's great to see. Anyway, we know that Naruto did train Boruto. We see that Naruto was always a good father and he tried his best when he was younger, but now that he's Hokage, he's just way too busy. But Boruto takes him for granted, and I mean, the music insinuates the idea of Boruto's regret of feeling that way he did about his father, but at the same time it's in awe, in realization of who his father actually is and what he means to people. Finally, Boruto can see with his own two eyes how strong Naruto is, talking about how Naruto is a stupid old man for all these episodes but ended speechless in the end. All the villagers calling out to Naruto, telling him he's done enough. That's all Naruto ever wanted. The episode ends on Boruto saying, "Do-chan." He finally respects his father and acknowledges him again instead of calling him GG, an old man geezer or something like that. It was just an amazing episode and great change. Anyway guys, that's just my thoughts and opinions on this week's episode. Let me know yours in the comment section below. Follow me on Twitter to keep with my thoughts, and I'll see you next time.